welcome back. A few of you have requested a video on how to make macaron. So I thought that I will do a series starting with a plain basic white macaron shell so that we first get a technique and then we can build up from there on. But don't be fooled by the plainness of the color, because we're going to fill it with a lovely chocolate liqueur cream ganache. And with Christmas around the corner, we're going to do some other episode where we're going to get creative, you know, jazz the macarons up, make them all look fancy. And I mean, what best than to present your family with a little cute box of macaron as a gesture of appreciation, right? I'm sure you'll like to receive one of those, or even give one of those if you're brave enough to try the recipe. Who knows? So we are going to start by separating our egg white. You want to make sure that you're using clean bowls so that there's no grease that would affect your the result of your Italian meringue. I'm now going to put the egg on the side for a few seconds, and here I've got my cooking pan, and I'm going to add my caster sugar and the water, and I'm going to cook that for a few minutes until it reaches 118 degrees Celsius. In a separate bowl, I'm going to add my icing sugar and my almond flour, or ground almond that I've sieved. And I'm going to mix that together very well. You don't have to sieve your almond, but I find that if you do, you'll get a smoother surface to your macaron. And now to this, I'm going to add 25 grams of egg white. Now we've got a little paste. We're going to set that aside and start with our Italian meringue. To my remaining egg white, I've added a pinch of cream of tartar. My egg white has now reached soft bake consistency, and now I am going to check the temperature of my syrup, which, as you can see, have reached 118 degrees and now ready to be poured into the egg white mixture. So now we've got syrup that is at 118 degrees. We're now going to pour it in slowly while whisking. Now that my Italian meringue is ready, I'm going to put my almond paste on the scale, and I am going to add 30 grams of my Italian meringue, and I am going to mix it to loosen the paste. And now I'm going to add an extra 45 grams. And this time I'm going to fold it in. About this consistency is what you're looking for. Now I've got my piping bag, and I'm going to put the piping bag over a glass or a tall container, whichever works best for you. And I'll pour all my macaron mixture in. And there you have it ready, your macaron mixture to pipe. Now a simple way to pipe your macaron is to put a greaseproof sheet over a baking sheet and pipe them on. But if you want it to be more precise, I use this mat here, but also I put this perforated mat on it because it helps dry the macaron out. So I'm going to try both today just to give you an idea. So I'm cutting my piping bag about, I'll say, 1 centimeter, about there, and we will start piping. Now there we are, they all piped. If you happen to have some air bubbles in yours, you can use a tool like this to get rid of the air bubble. I don't have any. What we however need to do now is tap it to ensure that we get rid of any air bubble in the middle. And then we just do that a few times. I'm going to set that aside. And I want to try it with a plain baking sheet, just to show you how it is done. So you can also count. So what I do is I do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and hopefully that gives me like uniform size macarons. You do the same, tap, tap, tap. And now you want to let your macaron dry out. And so for my cream liqueur ganache, I've got 100 grams of milk chocolate, and to that I'm going to add 50 grams of cream liqueur, and I'm going to melt that in the microwave at 30-second burst. So after my first 30-second in the microwave, that mixture looks like this. If you don't have a microwave, I'm sure you can do a bain-marie. And that's it. All I ended up needing was just 30 seconds. And now I'm going to pour that into a piping bag, and I'm going to let that set. The reason why I make the macaron in small quantities is because often I like to make different flavors and different colors, and so I don't need so much of one flavor. While my macarons are on the side setting, I am going to preheat my oven at 160 degrees. To make my macaron look a bit more fancy, I am going to add some black sesame seed on them. My macarons are now in the oven. I'll cook them 10 minutes on one side, turn them around and cook them for another 5 minutes. So I've got my macaron all done, and I've also got my ganache here, and I'll start putting them together. So there you have it, 15 gorgeous looking and tasting macarons. I hope you do give them a try.